I'm Kristen from Tiny Footsteps Travel, and I'm going to show you around and give you my honest opinions plus useful tips for sailing on the Disney Treasure. We just got back from a 7-night cruise on the Treasure, and in that week I had the chance to really explore all it had to offer in depth. I'm going to show you all the places that there are to enjoy and hang out in, and give you my uncensored advice and thoughts on what's worth it, what isn't, what to miss, and what you could pass on so that you can plan your own fun vacation on the Treasure. Until now, I thought that the Disney Wish was the most beautiful of all the Disney Cruise Line ships, and it was until the Treasure came along. The amount of detail that they've put into the Disney Treasure is impressive, and there are so many small details and Easter eggs if you give yourself a chance to take it in. The ship is absolutely beautiful and stunning, and we had a really special time on it and made great family memories. I can't wait to show you all the Treasure has to offer and let you in on some tips to make your vacation extra special. Let's jump in. I'm going to start with the Atrium because it's like the heart of the ship. You've likely seen photos of the Disney Treasure Atrium online, but I found that the photos really didn't do justice to how beautiful it is when you see it in person. The Atrium is usually a relaxed place, but it's also used for concerts, live entertainment, dance parties, and for special events such as the Royal Gathering. There are a lot of fine details in the Atrium that you can appreciate if you take the time, like the Middle Eastern style mosaics. They have these in many parts of the ship, and they're just so beautiful and well done. You'll notice other things too, like how the lamp at the top of the Atrium changes colors depending on the event and the mood. The outside of the staircase also sparkles. It's just so gorgeous, both day and night. So I highly recommend taking some time and taking lots of pictures in the Atrium. The Atrium is also where the character meets, and photo ops are held in the evenings and throughout the day, where you can get your photos taken by Disney photographers. We purchased the photo package in advance, which I recommend doing if you're planning to take lots of photos. In the 7-night cruise, we received over 350 photos taken by the photographers, which works out to be about $1 per photo, which isn't too bad in my opinion. Right in the Atrium, there's a check-in station with a slide. This is one of 2 places where you can check your kids into the Oceaneers Club, which is for ages 3 to 10. The slide isn't always open, but when it is, it's a fun way for kids to get into the club because they get to go down a slide. The other place to check them in is right below the slide. I'm going to show you inside the Oceaneers Club for a bit. The only time adults are allowed in is during the open house. The layout and designs of the Oceaneers Club on the Treasure are almost identical to the Disney Wish from everything I remember, but it has a lot of detail in there and it is very fun. One thing I like is that it isn't just childcare. They actually have a lot of fun events going on all day. For example, they had a pajama party with Pluto. They had Minnie teaching them to become captains. They had art and coloring classes, dance parties, so much. The staff was wonderful with my youngest daughter, who's 4. And by the way, younger kids who are 3 and 4 years old are kept in a group with counselors where they do everything together. And this is nice because then you don't feel like you're just throwing them in amidst all of this. When you check them in, a counselor will come and get them and then escort them to the group and then bring them back when you pick them up. From what I heard, older kids 5 and up can join this group with the 3 and 4-year-olds if they want to. They're just not required to stay, whereas the 3 and 4-year-olds must stay in the group with the counselors. But my daughter enjoyed having this extra support, and the teachers in there were really good with her. Right down the hall from the Oceaneers Club is It's a Small World Nursery, which is where babies up to 3 years old who aren't potty trained can stay. If you have a 3-year-old, you can choose between It's a Small World or Oceaneers Club. The last cruise we went on, my 3-year-old daughter at the time did both of them. This room right here is used by both Oceaneer's Club and It's a Small World. They simply open the doors to either one depending on which one is busier. Here we have the Edge Club, which is for 11 to 14-year-olds. Similar to Oceaneer's Club, they have a bunch of events and activities that they plan, so your young teen can come here just to hang out, or they can come for one of the events that they're planning. My daughter came here a lot, but said it wasn't the greatest, unfortunately. But it didn't turn out to be a problem because there was so much going on the ship that appealed to her. One of her favorite places to hang out was the Skipper Society. This is right down the hall from the Atrium that I was showing you earlier. She did many crafts here on her own, but she also invited myself and her younger sister and her dad to join in sometimes, and we all did crafts together. It was impressive how many crafts that Disney Cruise Line organized throughout the day, every day. And we often had a nice time in here just hanging out and doing crafts, and occasionally they had other events too, like trivia. This is Hero Zone on deck 12, and it's for all ages. My teenager loved coming here, but it's fun for adults and older kids as well. There's ping pong, air hockey, basketball, and other games. It's themed after The Incredibles. Best of all, everything's free here. It's like having a complimentary arcade on the ship.
Nice and light, because what will happen is the lines.
Another place that we loved coming to was the Triton Lounge. They have several activities in here going on all day, such as trivia, learn to draw classes, and karaoke in the evenings. The Learn to Draw classes were actually really fun, and they're taught via pre-recorded videos from a real Disney animator. I found him encouraging and inspirational, and the videos really teach a growth mindset to anyone who wants to be a better drawer. I'm actually a decent drawer, and I felt like I got something out of it. Everyone seemed to love these classes.
Draw our circle shapes here. There you go. You can almost rotate the page around your hand.
Right outside Triton Lounge, which is a private room with a door that closes, is Sarabi Lounge, which is a more open space that anyone can just pass through and join in if they want to. They have activities like trivia, they have concerts, and other activities. I was really impressed with how they decorated it. It's so beautiful that I always wanted to stop and take pictures of it. I'm going to finally show you around our stateroom. We stayed on deck 7 midship, which I believe was the perfect spot on the Treasure. Midship is a good place to be because you're in between everything on the ship, so nothing is super far, and you're also close to the stairs. We stayed in room 7074, which is a deluxe veranda room, so it has a bit more space than other verandas. The extra space is beyond the couch that converts to a bed. We have an extra few feet of space there compared to regular veranda rooms. And the shelf there can be used as storage, or it can be pulled down and converted into a bed. So this stateroom can accommodate up to 5 people. In addition, our veranda is bigger than usual because it's right on the part of the ship that curves out. Unfortunately, I didn't take enough videos when we were out here, but we enjoyed many great hours on it. I only wish it came with 4 chairs instead of 2, but I never asked. I should have. The other thing I loved was how the bunk bed had a picture of the genie over it with a quote from Aladdin written in the stars. It was a cool thing for my daughter to look at in the evening and when she woke up. The beds are pretty comfy. They're softer than what I'd choose for myself, but we slept really good regardless.
Did have a little light here, but I don't think that it was as small as that.
The staterooms on the Treasure have a lot of light configurations, which I liked. There's a small reading light beside your bed. There's a larger lamp as well. There's lights over the curtains. It makes it easy to create the right atmosphere or get the lighting that you want in the evening.
Peter Pan too.
Yeah, Peter Pan.
Ooh, and Snow White.
I had the fruit platter delivered to our stateroom on embarkation day, which I was glad I did. We didn't eat all of it, but I stored what we didn't eat in the small mini fridge they provide, and it made good snacks throughout the week. If you're on a longer sailing, you may end up caving and doing laundry like we did. I recommend bringing your own detergent and dryer sheets to save a couple bucks, but they do sell it there if you don't bring it. Doing the laundry costs $3.50 a load per wash and or dry. Keep in mind that the machines are tiny. If the machine stops, don't open it. Wait until it actually says done. My husband opened the door prematurely and had to pay again to restart the cycle. So now I'm going to show you Senses Spa. I don't usually use Senses Spas, except this time I bought a Rainforest Room pass, which I'll show you later. When you book any spa service, including the Rainforest Pass, you have access to their change room with lockers and a sauna and special spa products that you can use. There's a small waiting room with free fresh fruit, tea, and water, and this is where you wait for your provider if you booked an appointment. If you book the Rainforest Room, it has its own special little corridor within the spa. You walk down this hallway and will soon be brought to the Rainforest Room. The inside part has heated chairs for you to lie on. People often sleep or just read books on them. There are 2 heated rooms, one's a steam room, the other's a sauna. I preferred the sauna. I found that the steam room had a smell I didn't like. The coolest part is the ice room, which I'll be honest, looks cooler than it is. I just didn't find it very cold in here, but maybe I was still warm from the sauna, I'm not sure. The outside part of the sauna has a lot of comfy areas to sit, plus 2 hot tubs. The outside part closes at 6, but you have access to the inside one until 10 or so. I was glad we booked the Rainforest Pass for the full week. Do I think it's overpriced? Yes. But if you're going to go every day, then it might be worthwhile. It does get busy, but I was usually able to find a seat. I don't think I ever was without a seat, so it wasn't overly packed. I'm going to be making a whole other video just on the Rainforest Room, so stay tuned for that. Right across from Senses Spa is the fitness center. It has good top-of-the-line equipment, and similar to the spa, there's fresh fruit provided, water, and cool face cloths. There's a small room for yoga and cycling. They also offer classes. Some are free and some are an extra charge. I personally didn't like the one class I bought for an extra charge on the Disney Wish, so I didn't pay for a class this time, but I like coming here just to use the equipment. I love how in the spa and in the gym, you can choose between still, sparkling, or hot water. And then I would take a banana and bring it back to my room. The decks outside the fitness and the spa areas have great places to relax with lawn chairs. I loved coming out here in the morning just to see the sunrise. During the day, I saw people reading and relaxing on these lounge chairs. It's a nice place to hang out. Deck 6 has a walking area that walks around the outside of the Rainforest Room at the head of the ship. So definitely take advantage of these outdoor relaxing areas, which are free for everyone to use. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about the kids spa. We decided to do Bibidi Bobidi Boutique for the first time on the Treasure, and it was a really nice experience. We walked in and my daughter was immediately treated so special by Nui, the lady who attended to her, what they call fairy godmother. She helped us pick out a shirt that was my daughter's size, and after that she was led into the room where they do the makeup and the hair. Now I will say we saved big bucks on the Bibidi Bobidi Boutique appointment by bringing our own dress that we already had from home. If you want to use one of their dresses, then you would get the larger package, which is about $100 USD more. So you can save quite a bit of money just bringing your own dress. That's my tip. We then showed my daughter the hairstyle options and the makeup options, and my daughter was able to choose what she wanted. It was just a really nice experience. She felt special. And one thing that really amazed me is that as we walked around the ship the rest of the day, all the Disney Cruise Line staff would stop and act, like surprised and startled to see a princess. And even though I know they must see this every day, it made my daughter feel like $1,000,000. And I think the whole experience was definitely worth it. So if your daughter or son wants to try one of their packages, I definitely recommend it. So I'm going to jump into food. I'm going to start with the Marceline Market because it's open for breakfast and lunch, so there's a good chance that you'll eat quite a few meals here. There's two different sides of it on the left and the right side of the ship. So if one's full, you can always go into the other one. The Marceline Market can get pretty busy at rush breakfast and lunch times. So sometimes we wandered around a bit to find a seat, but we never had any problem finding one ultimately. For me, I always wanted to have a seat right by the window because I just really loved the view of the water. For a window seat though, you might have to be patient and possibly show up early to get that kind of a spot. I always start the beginning of my cruises really obsessed with all the healthy options at the Marceline Market. It's definitely easy to eat lots of fresh fruit and vegetables here, and it's all very delicious, but they do have a number of unhealthy options as well, which are tempting. So depending on how you want to eat, they do have options for everyone, and if you have allergies or need any special requirements, they're very open to accommodating. The Marvel restaurant is a part of the main dining rotation, so you'll have dinner here for sure. It's a very unique restaurant, very action-packed. It's a bit loud and overstimulating, but it is entertaining, at least the first time that you eat here, and I found the food pretty good as well. The one really cool thing about the Marvel restaurant is that there's often a special visitor at the end. So stay tuned for that and try to stay to the end of your meal. One thing I didn't mention, I am a vegetarian and I found my dining team really accommodating and getting me healthy options from the menu and even sometimes off the menu too. I'm going to jump into my personal favorite restaurant, which was 1923. It's most people's least favorite restaurant, but we personally really liked it. It's the only one of the three that's more of just a traditional restaurant feel, and even though there's a lot of people dining with you at the same time, it doesn't feel that way because they have the restaurant split up in parts. We were really lucky to get a window seat. It made it really magical on the first night of our cruise, just be seated right by the window and be able to watch the sunset. It also might vary from cruise to cruise, but on our cruise, 1923 was always open for breakfast, and they have a special breakfast menu. It's quieter than the Marceline Market. You're seated by waiters, and they serve you, which is the opposite of the Marceline Market, where it's a bit more of a buffet style. So we ate here a couple times, and the Marceline Market a couple times, and both were good experiences. Plaza de Coco is one of the reasons I love the Disney Treasure so much. Everything from the entrance to the environment inside the restaurant is just stunning. They've put a lot of work and detail into it. The food is Mexican style, so don't expect the entire menu to be Mexican, but a lot of it is Mexican inspired. The big thing about Plaza de Coco is the live entertainment, and they had really good live entertainment both nights we were there. Really good singing and dancing and an upbeat vibe. I'm going to show you some clips from it. So now that I've shown you the 3 restaurants for dining rotation, I'm going to show you other places to get food on the ship. These can be for lunch or dinner. These restaurants are all on deck 11, which is near the pool. There's Goofy's Grill, there's Minnie's Ice Cream, there's a Southern Barbecue, Donald's Cantina, and I think there's another one that sells pizza pot pies. There's a bunch of them. The most popular, from what I remember, is Goofy's Grill. It always seemed to have a lineup, and part of it is because they do just simple foods, good fast foods, hamburgers, fries, and hot dogs. We went there a couple times and the food was always pretty good. All of these restaurants usually have plenty of seating. You can take a seat near the window, bring your food to the pool, and I even saw lots of people taking it back to their room. So while we're on the topic of pools, let's start talking about the pools. There are basically 4 small pools up on the main deck, on deck 11, and 2 of them, Mickey's pool and Minnie's pool, were the ones most popular with my youngest kid because they're only 2 feet deep and she didn't need to wear a life jacket. The other thing she liked about these pools is that they're right in front of the screen where they show movies. I will admit that these pools on deck 11 can get crazy busy, but there are some other places to swim and hang out as well. If you go up the stairs, you'll find Toy Story Splash Zone, which is for kids 4 and younger. And if you go up another deck from that, you'll find Chip 'n Dale's pool, where it was quite windy, so we didn't take any pictures or videos. It is also a pool that gets less busy, but you're at the top, therefore it's a little bit colder. Jumbeau's Ice Cream and Sweet Treats is near the pool as well. This is all an extra charge, but they have fancier gelato and some really fancy cakes and things like that that you can't find anywhere else on the ship. I have to admit, this ice cream is really good, so even though you pay extra for it, I do think it's trying at least once. One of the most anticipated things about visiting the Disney Treasure, at least when I sailed, was the Haunted Mansion. This is a bar that sells only drinks, as far as I know. Kids can visit during the day, but they're not allowed anymore after 9 p.m. So it's adults only in the evening, and during the day you'll see lots of families there. Similar to Coco and other restaurants on the ship, a lot of detail has gone into the Haunted Mansion to really give it that dark, creepy feel that they're going for, but it's also fun at the same time. It's very entertaining. There's a lot going on. It's a small bar, so it can fill up at times where it tends to be popular, if that makes sense. I never saw it so full that somebody couldn't get a seat, though. The service in here was great. I thought it had some of the friendliest servers. And we ordered these glow-in-the-dark drinks that came with light-up ice cubes that they let us take home. So that was pretty cool because it was like a souvenir of visiting there. I definitely recommend coming in here at least once. It was a very unique experience. While I loved the Haunted Mansion, my favorite bar was actually Periscope Pub. Periscope Pub is scuba diving themed and it's a quiet place to hang out. Occasionally there are sports on TV, but not always. Similar to Haunted Mansion, it's all ages during the day and adults only after 9 p.m. My husband and I came in here a couple times because we found it to be a really chill place to just relax and hang out, spend some time together. I really liked the atmosphere in Periscope Pub. They have decent food as well. We ordered the pretzel. My husband ordered wings, which he said were really good. And I ordered the vegan chicken tenders, which were also very tasty. Everything was excellent. The cool thing about Periscope Pub as well is it's almost like a museum of all these old diving artifacts. So those were really fun to look at. And if you're lucky and keep an eye on the top, you might see a hammerhead shark swim overhead. Jade Cricket Cafe was our favorite place to stop for a morning specialty coffee. It is an extra charge, and I want to say there's nothing wrong with the free coffee on board at all. I still enjoyed it, but we don't often encounter specialty coffee at home, so it was nice to have this treat. The coffees cost around $6 to $8 from what we saw, but they gave us a punch card so that our fifth one was free. Here they also do Disney character imprints in the drinks. Mine was usually less bold, as you can see, because I ordered the beetroot latte, which was really good, by the way, but it meant it came out pink, so it wasn't as bold. From what I saw, the barista chooses randomly which character gets imprinted. You order your drink off of the iPad that's there, and they have this machine that imprints the characters into the froth. I imagine you could make a request, but we never tried that. Hei Hei Café is very similar to Jade Cricket Cafe. From what I saw, they had exactly the same menu. It's just on a slightly different deck, just a level above or below, I can't remember. It was just as good, just smaller, and not decorated as much, but it does have some pretty surrounding mosaics and the really cute Hei Hei statue. We saw two excellent Broadway-style plays in the Walt Disney Theatre, Moana and Beauty and the Beast. Both were incredible. Lineups could be pretty intense for these shows, especially if you want a good seat in the lower deck. I lined up over an hour before to get this spot. There's a concession where you can also get snacks, but they are an extra charge. Some people complain about the popcorn being an extra charge, but honestly, I don't blame them because of how much popcorn would be everywhere if it was free. My tip though is that these seats weren't ideal for small kids. They provide booster seats, but they're not very comfortable. We put a backpack behind her, which solved the problem. A pillow or something would work too. The Neverland and Wonderland cinemas are right across from each other and also a fun place to go. They play movies that are still out in theaters. They have big comfy seats and they sell the same snacks that you'd find at the Walt Disney Theatre. Our cruise experience on the Disney Treasure was made very special by the staff who work on it, and we're very thankful for the fun vacation that we had, and I hope that the tips and everything I shared in this video has helped you get excited for your upcoming cruise and plan a fun vacation for you.